One, two, three, four.
Okay, so here's a copy of our first film festival in 2007, and I have 2008 and 2009 in here. Like that was from 4 or 5 years ago, and the very first winning entry, that was in the first one. Oh, and that's the film that was submitted. It's the very first winner. That was about the library. I try not to look at the films before the festival, but if we have enough judges, then I do. I watch them and then I don't judge. And you can just never predict what film is going to win, because sometimes people are just really struck by an idea. All right, so about, I would say about 12 years ago, first students approached me about having a film club, and their idea was they wanted to be able to watch film after school, and so we created the Broadneck Film Club. And that kind of morphed a couple years later. More kids wanted to make film, and we started having the film festival. And this past year, when Mr. Todd approached me about making films for announcements on Fridays, and that would give students an audience to make film.
Okay. My first film that I ever made, this was like 7th or 6th grade. I was actually trying to do stop motion, and it was so boring. So I was like, all right, let's try something else. So I just, instead, I think it was about Lego people, and all of a sudden I just stopped recording, took some of my friends and said, all right, just act like Lego people and do what I say, okay? And I like that, doing that more than taking 700 pictures a second. Yeah.
Well, for me, my love of film started with like very young, with like 80s movies. And like that's like the whole thing I was big on. And so like as I was growing up, my watch list of 80s movies just kept like growing and growing. And so that kind of tipped into over genres and years of different years, like to educate myself into like different films and like what they mean to me. And like watching so many films that have changed my like perspective or view of like what art is and how life could be, or like different stories, like so interesting.
To me, film is a vessel to portray ideas in a way that's clear and concise. And it doesn't have to be straightforward, but film is a way to say something that needs to be said without writing a piece about it or writing a poem about it.
The annoying things, I think, is just trying to like make your frames when you're shooting film, it's trying to make it look like artsy, and you have to, you know, as well as when you say some lines, you have to do like a lot of takes with it. It can get pretty annoying. I mean, and then post-production can be definitely hard too, because you know, once you get a good idea on board and you film it and you execute it, and you know, you do all the good stuff in post-production, it's really rewarding, and you know, helps to create a unique piece of film that, you know, you and your friends made, or you and your crew made, or however you want to perceive it. So yeah.
I like film because it's an art form that I can put all of my effort into and then just hit play. And that's the end of it. People watch it, I don't have to perform anymore. Just hit play.